Last year I completed a project where I drew 100 tiny animals, 60 of which are currently endangered and the other 40 are recently extinct species. I started this project to create awareness about the rapid loss of species from around the world. This is because we are living through a period that scientists refer to as the Holocene extinction or the sixth mass extinction, where species are going extinct at least 1,000 times faster than they would naturally. There hasn't been such a mass extinction period since the end of the dinosaurs 65 million years ago. And it is estimated that the world's wildlife population has dropped by at least 50% since the 1970s. So here is all 100. This is by far not all the animals I could have included, there are far more. The first ever global assessment report on biodiversity and ecosystem services was done in 2019 by the Intergovernmental Science Policy Platform on Biodiversity and Ecosystems. They found that roughly 1 million species are under threat from extinction due to issues such as habitat loss, climate change and pollution. The northern white rhino became functionally extinct in 2018 after the last male died. Conflict and poaching led to this tragedy. Bramble K. melones is believed to be the first mammal to go extinct as a direct consequence of climate change. The Formosan clouded leopard is believed to have gone extinct due to habitat destruction and poaching for its skins. The Pinta Island tortoise was believed hunted to extinction in the 1800s. However, in 1971, a lone male was found on the island where he was taken into captivity and remained there until 2012 when he died. The Japanese river otter was hunted heavily for its fur in the early 20th century, then later much of its habitat became polluted and developed. The western black rhino emerged about 7 to 8 million years ago, but was declared extinct in 2011 due to rampant poaching. The Laotra grebe went extinct after falling permanent victim to a chick-eating bassfish that was introduced into its habitat. The Vietnamese Javan rhino went extinct in 2010 when the last individual was found poached with her horn removed. The Chinese paddlefish has not been recorded since 2007. The heavy industrialization of its river habitat, as well as overfishing, has been blamed for its disappearance. The black-faced honeycreeper went extinct for a variety of reasons, including the introduction of non-native predatory species into its habitat by people, as well as habitat loss. The beige went extinct after its river habitat became heavily industrialized. The Pyrenean ibex went extinct due to hunting and losing out to competition with farm animals that had been introduced into its habitat. The Zanzibar leopard was hunted to extinction due to persecution. Until a hunting ban in 1979, the South China tiger had been hunted as a pest for decades. Today, none have been seen in over 20 years. The dusky seaside sparrow went extinct due to habitat destruction and pollution. The Costa Rica golden toad was probably the first creature to go extinct due to human-caused climate change. The gastric brooding frog is believed to have gone extinct due to the human introduction of a pathogenic fungi into their habitat. The Javan tiger went extinct due to hunting, as well as its habitat being destroyed and converted for human use. The rapid decline of the Japanese sea lion was due to commercial hunting, as well as much of its habitat being damaged in World War II. The Caspian tiger is listed amongst the largest cats that have ever existed. They went extinct due to them being hunted, habitat destruction, and the overhunting of their prey. The Mexican grizzly was eradicated, blamed for killing livestock, although the reality was their diet mainly consisted of plants and insects. The Arabian ostrich was much smaller than its African cousins you see today. They used to be able to outrun hunters, however the introduction of firearms and vehicles sealed their fate. The red-bellied grey-seal opossum was native to Argentina, but its forest habitat has been destroyed and hasn't been seen since 1962. The crescent nail-tail wallaby is believed to have gone extinct due to the introduction of non-native predatory species to Australia. The Caribbean monk seal's population was decimated by commercial hunting, as well as overfishing of its prey that left many to starve. The Barbary lion was a North African lion, bigger than the lions you see today in Central Africa. They were hunted to extinction in 1942. However, in 1958, an unconfirmed sighting was reported in a forest. However, that forest was later destroyed in the French-Algerian War. The ivory-billed woodpecker was one of the largest woodpeckers in the world. It became extinct due to habitat destruction from logging, as well as being a victim of hunting from collectors. The Cascade mountain wolf was a subspecies of grey wolf. It went extinct due to the deliberate eradication by settlers. The tall H. wallaby went extinct for a variety of reasons, including habitat destruction, being hunted for sport, as well as the introduction of non-native predatory species into Australia. The Bali tiger was the smallest of tigers, with shorter hair, less stripes and sometimes spots. As their habitat became slowly deforested, it meant they had less places to go and less places to hide, so they became easy targets for hunters. When European settlers arrived in Tasmania, they brought animal agriculture with them. There was concern that the Tasmanian tiger would hunt their livestock, so a bounty was put in place to hunt them down. This nearly eradicated the species. However, the last few were caught and put in the zoo, where the last Tasmanian tiger died in 1936. The desert rat kangaroo is believed to have gone extinct due to the introduction of non-native predatory species into Australia. The indefatigable Galapagos mouse is believed to have gone extinct due to the introduction of non-native rats to the island, brought by ships. The once common heath hen was almost completely wiped out by the early settlers of North America. However, by the 20th century, the dwindling numbers that were left ended up being wiped out by a combination of events, such as severe winters, a disease, and a devastating wildfire in nesting season. California was known for its bears. A bear even features on the Californian state flag. However, they were hunted to extinction when ranchers began to see them as a threat to their livestock. The Carolina parakeet went extinct due to deforestation, as well as hunting for its feathers used in hats. The passenger pigeon used to be North America's most common bird. At one time they were estimated at 5 billion. However, the industrial scale hunting of them for cheap food, as well as the mass destruction of their forest habitat, forced them into extinction. When European settlers arrived in Newfoundland, Canada, they saw the local wolf species as a threat, so a wolf bounty was created. The wolves were shot, trapped and hunted for trophies, and by 1911 were extinct. The tarpon horse was a wild Eurasian horse. It began to be persecuted, hunted and eventually eradicated after being blamed for damaging hay stocks and interbreeding with domestic mares. The Honshu wolf was relatively harmless. However, rabies, accidentally imported through domesticated dogs from mainland Japan, infected the wolf population, turning some of the wolves dangerous and hostile. It became national policy to hunt the wolves, and sadly by 1905 the wolves were extinct. Thanks for watching, as always.